Hello, hello. Welcome. I'm actually a Genome and I'm streaming back home. Hey, hello everyone. Talented Gnome. Yes, I am. This music is very yeehaw. Yes, indeed. I just put some random song up so I can just draw while I'm drawing. Yeah, this will be the second time I'm doing an art stream. Honestly, I was still setting stuff up and hope that it'll be okay. Um, hell, I still need to open up the Photoshop stuff. Shit. Off to a great start. But yeah, art stream is best stream. Indeed it is. I'm going to make sure it'll stay that way. No promises though. I'm still setting some stuff up. Photoshop files, uh, you name it. I've really come unprepared for this. I actually wanted to spend a little bit more time preparing, but this is more like a spur of the moment kind of thing. And let's see, random name for, yeah, sure, random all name. There we go. Now let's switch over to Photoshop. Wait, what? That was way too fast. Huh. Uh, don't worry. It's fine. Hmm. Now I am thinking of doing a couple of characters, but I have done that before. Oh. You know what? Let's get right into it. I already have a couple of ideas in mind. Like, for example, you know, I guess I could just do some sketches until I found something that I really want to do. Yeah. Normally when I do characters, or anything for that matter, it's just because I feel like doing it. Oh yeah, that's what's the masterpiece begin. Thank you, thank you. But it's not a masterpiece yet, it's just getting a feel for it. And the last art stream, I was drawing, actually I was studying tummies, rather, by looking at references from another artist, and then just making sure that I got the shading right. And now I'm just drawing until I hope it's going to turn out alright. I have a reference folder full of stuff that I like. I might even upload that somewhere, but for now I'll keep it in my own folder. That looks goofy as hell. Alright, you know what? I have this made a while ago, and I think I can use this as a starting point of a goal that I want to do. I don't know how I make something like this. I just started drawing. I probably have... Wow! Thank you. This is a pretty old art piece. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna make more of her. But I'm not sure how I start doing this. I think the most important part of drawing anything is like the base pose. But for this one in particular, it's... Oh, no, wait, there's no... Damn it. Hang on, let me fix that. The silhouette is very... Wait, what? Alright, do it like this. Copy this. Invert it. New layer. And fill it with... whatever, okay? It looks weird, but it'll do something. Hang on. Ugh, excuse me. Got the sniffles. Copy this, hide this. Put it in there. And make it dark. Silhouette. That is very important when doing characters in particular. Wait. And if you can see from the silhouette what it is, then you can get a fake idea of what's behind the silhouette. Bless you, my man. Thank you, thank you. Well, it's not really that cold in here. Actually, it is pretty chilly, but it's not the cold that I'm having. And it's also not COVID because I already had that before. Yeah, alright. I think I've got a goal. And otherwise, I'll just make a landscape painting again. I've also done landscapes before, but I wouldn't say that I'm particularly good at it. I'm just okay at doing what I'm doing. I might just open my reference folder again just to take a look inside, and maybe there's something in there that inspires me. For now, this is like last minute preparation, going right in there drawing, and in hopes that yeah, like I said before, just in hopes that I make something that's worth of seeing. But I am confident in my skills. I've done some things that I'm proud of, art-wise, and yeah, I'll see where it goes. I can make another one of her, but I should probably just try for a different character this time. Any team in particular? I think I can make more of the Maho operatives. Like, C is a 3-star operative, and I can make like a rank lower, and then I should wonder what a rank lower would look like. I love Nintendo music. I've already said it before in the previous stream. This away. Yeah, I think I can get rid of this. Otherwise, the whole Photoshop file will be cluttered with layers. Some people can just draw anything from one layer alone, and that's pretty impressive on its own. I can also do it, but for the purposes of this stream, I'm gonna try do it all in a different way. Let's see. Honestly, post. Wait, boys. Oh, yeah, I thought Photoshop was lagging. If you haven't seen it yet, I've recently completed a fan art piece of Kaplala, and it was of her clones riding a roller coaster, and it was inspired of a video of teddy bears riding a roller coaster. And someone said, "Oh, look at all those Kaplala, let's go." And yeah, that's where that idea came from. Oh yeah, I saw that masterpiece. You did, huh? I'm glad you did. I'm actually surprised how many people have seen it already. I mean, I guess it's social media that's doing its thing, and if you post something and you have a lot of followers of a lot of people that happens to have a lot of followers, then it goes fast. And it still surprises me because I'm just like one guy that just draws for I don't want to say for fun, but more for improvement. Also due to the fact that the art is great. Ah, thank you. I try. And that is also the reason why I'm doing more of these art streams as well, just to get my well, to prevent from being rusty at art. I still am rusty, but I'm slowly getting the... That's weird. Slowly getting the hang of it. I think Photoshop is lagging for a bit, so I might have to retry restarting the Photoshop, and otherwise the stream is cancelled. No, alright, I'll see how far I can get with these weird lagging situation. If Photoshop lags, then it takes like half a second before the lines appear, and it's kind of disorientating for me. Right, I can still zoom in and out fine. It's just really weird for me. Alright, I'm gonna restart. Save, no. This? Oh, there it is. That's the art piece I was talking about. Also, actually, before I restart Photoshop, I've even made... Oh god, it's lagging. Oh, there it is. All aboard the smog train. I wanted to post a version with text, but I decided against it after all. Just show the one without text first before adding anything on top of it. Right, save? No, it's already saved. This also already saved. Alright, I wonder how it looks like if I close down. It's all black. Yeah, alright. Yeah, let's see if I can get it back up again. There's a thing with Photoshop. It on its own is actually really good, but then the things that are wrong is just really wrong for some reason. But yeah, whatever. As long as it works, that's all that matters to me. And we have visuals. There we go. Alright, now let's see if it still lags. Kinda, I think. Or I have to bear with it, and maybe I have to restart the whole thing, like my laptop, my internet, anything that's connected, really. And that is weird because I normally don't have any issues with my setup. Alright, now I have her. Poses are one of the things that I'm still struggling with, and sometimes the poses are alright. Yeah, I guess something like that. Or maybe I should mirror the legs. Yeah, then it gives a bit more flow. Hang on, let me redline this. So then there's the weight that's coming onto it, and then there is flow of the lines, and then there is... I don't know, but it looks good, so I'm gonna stick with this pose for now. As for the gear, I don't know what to do with their gear. Actually, let me put myself in there. First time chat from Vera, Alto Walker. Good afternoon. Hey Alto, welcome, welcome. It is indeed the first time you've joined my stream. And I hope I can entertain you as well. Hey, look at me, it's tiny. There's Alto the Giga. Wait, you know him as well? I guess he's somewhat of a celebrity. Something like this. Yeah, sure. She is supposed to be taller than me, so that's why I'm placing myself a little bit lower. And her, I'm gonna put a little bit like that. Thanks, yeah, first time I finally managed to catch a stream, lol. Well, I stream at very irregular hours, so yeah, I don't blame you for that. It's okay if you can't catch my stream. I'm actually more than happy if people watch my VODs or any kind of content that I'm making. If it's streamed, then welcome, welcome. Her neck is a bit too tall. Let me shorten that. There you go. But then, where does the leg go? Wait, in that case, maybe I should increase the body size. I really don't have an efficient way of drawing. I just start something and then hopefully it'll turn out okay. Let's put this a little bit like that, a little bit like... Oh. Is this even a good pose? I don't even know anymore. But yeah, when in doubt, you can always just look at references of poses and stuff. Which I probably should, I think. There's this, there's this, this. Then there's the hips. Should be something like this. The chest area. I think something like this. I'm trying to visualize the whole thing. Let's put myself in there. I was thinking of updating my look because I'm not entirely satisfied with how I look like. But all in due time. Maybe if I get a model, or maybe if the stars align or whatever, then I'll look into it. Yeah, actually, I could try giving her my outfit, who this mysterious person is. Also, there are eyes behind my visor, but you can't see because it's a secret. But yeah, maybe someday if I stream for a year or something, then I'll do an eye reveal. Maybe earlier, maybe later. But it's a silly little thing that I think it's neat. Actually, let me remove the question mark. Oh, wait, no one can see that, right? I don't know. Sounds good. Ah, thanks. Wait, what sounds good? Man, sometimes I feel like I have short-term memories. Then I can't remember what I said the last 30 seconds or so because I keep going on and on and on. Keep in mind, I'm still new to the whole streaming thing, but I'm getting the feel for it, little by little. The Irish. Oh, right. I completely forgot about the Irish. All right, I'm glad that it sounds good. Actually, maybe I should take a sip. I'm actually also thinking of doing something music related, like doing covers of something. I'm not entirely confident in my singing voice, but hey, don't knock it till you try it, right? If singing doesn't work, I can always try to make instrumental music. Actually, is he supposed to be like a little taller? Yeah. Maybe with the knee pads. That looks like shit, but at least it's a start. Has anyone else done a eye refill? Actually, on the topic, is there anyone else that has hidden eyes? Because I know for a fact that I'm not the only one that does this gimmick, for lack of better terms. Like this? Not sure. No, wait. Actually. Yeah, like this. Like, it's supposed to be kind of military, but not quite. Because all the other I can think of is Ayn. Yeah, but see... Yeah, that's true. She has blindfolds on. But I think she already did an eye reveal at some point. Well, without the whole bells and whistles. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's like a subtle eye reveal that she did. Because I have seen her eyes. There is a handful of people that has seen my eyes behind the visor. Oh wait, you're talking about Ein Gestalt? Yes, I am. And so is Alto. Sorry, spacing. Ah, don't worry, don't worry. This is more like you don't have to pay attention. Just following along is also good. Just put me on the background, tune out, and do whatever. I don't know, play video game, and while hearing me rambling along with whatever I'm drawing. Wolfgang von Schwarzschild, but they all died. Oh, oh, after viewing her eyes, I think. Wait, but then how I'm alive? Wait, maybe I'm dead. Oh, punch, punch, Falcon, punch, Falcon, punch, punch, punch. Every time I hear this particular version of Kirby Gourmet Race, I'm always reminded of that Falcon Punch remix. You know, I'm just built different. Oh, I guess I am. Okay. That's alright. I've noticed that people are calling me sometimes different things other than Gino. Which is alright, by the way. It's alright, it's right. I don't mind if people mispronounce my name or whatever. I'm totally cool with that. As a matter of fact, I've met people that calls me by different ways of pronouncing my name, and I think it's very cool. The only thing that I have an issue with is if people are misspelling my name. But Gnome is fine. Gnome is fine. Don't worry. Punch, punch, Falcon punch. Gino, Firebird. No, it's. Hang on, let me. Right. Actually, it's right there on my face. it's Gino. That's why to make sure that people spell my name right, I've written it on my face. Nah, it's alright, that's alright. Personally, I think it's just funny that that stuff like that happens. Oh, my bad, I'm bad at listening. Nah, it's alright. It's either you're bad at listening or I'm bad at speaking. Hey yo, what up, Codfishy? You're back at it again. It seems you can't get enough of me, can't you? Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you're here. Genome, here we go. Oh man, it's getting crowded in here. I'm glad you all came to my stream, even though it's like a spur of the moment kind of thing. Alright, while the gang is here, I mean, the gang with me, ICBM mate, oh wait, ICB mate, I should say, and this mysterious person. I'm going to look up some references. Let's see. I have a reference folder that is, let's see how big this thing is. Properties. Oh, geez. Alright, I have a folder of 4 gigs worth of images alone. Nothing but images. Only images. And I've sorted them out in retro stuff, concept art, animated GIFs, stuff that is related to guns or armor or weaponry, stuff that is related to, looks like animals. Let's see. Oh, right, those kinds of animals. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm looking through the folder, and there's a lot of stuff that I've saved over. I want to say over the span of a couple of years, maybe even 5 years at this point, maybe longer. And I even made a second reference folder, but that one isn't sorted properly. Alright, let's see. But it's not just art of people that I like, but it's also sometimes photo that inspires me, or even if it's art of people that I like, there is various different ways that people shade stuff or angle stuff or design stuff overall, and anything that inspires me or I think it's cool, I'll just save it and keep it for later. What are we doodling today? We are doodling, well, I am doodling a member of Maho Ops. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put in the emblem in there as well. Let's see. There you go. This thing. Oh, that is huge. Let me shrink it a little bit. Come on. Something like that. Alright. I am a member of Maho Ops. She is a member of Maho Ops. And this is the average member of Maho Ops. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. What is Maho Ops, you say? Well, I'm glad no one asked. Because I'll probably reveal it later in the future. If I'm still around, at least. I have a couple of lore ideas that I want to try out, but for the time being, I'm just a mysterious informant of something. This literally looks so good. I'm glad you like it. It gives me a warm and fuzzy feeling when people say that I'm good at something. But that I always get warm and fuzzy feelings of anything that people say about me. You're shit. Well, except for that comment. When drawing full bodies, I actually wanted to draw up until here, like ICB made over here. But when drawing full bodies, there is a couple of things you need to keep in mind, at least from what I've learned. Like a magical thing called proportions. And it is like in the previous stream I was like drawing stick figures, and I couldn't think of the thing that I wanted to say, but the word I was looking for is proportions. Like you have short body, long limbs, or a big head with a small body. That is called proportions. And in this particular case, anime characters in particular have usually a shorter torso and longer legs. But I'm trying to for a more or less realistic approach to it. Why? I don't know. I thought it was a good idea at the time. Even though I am an artist, a character artist I might add, I'm not particularly good at my job. But that doesn't mean I should give up. It's just something that I enjoy doing and I enjoy making. And sometimes I look back at the stuff that I made earlier and think, you know what? I drew this at some point in my life. Maybe I can do it again. But it's more... It's a matter of putting the time into it. Like, slowly but surely building up your character, and then it'll grow on its own, almost. Of course, art doesn't happen on its own. You just have to grind the hours into it. Thinking of adding the pauldrons, or the shoulder pads, as it were. This is like a specialized suit for me, but the average Joe has something else entirely. Thinking... I'm a simp for character design. Ah, me too. Any character that looks good is... Oh man, chef's kiss. Let's draw like this, and put it like this. I'm getting thirsty again. Actually, let me drink something else. I hope no one can hear this. Damn it, someone heard it. But don't worry about it. While I'm at it, I think I'm not gonna go for this level of rendering, but something really rough to get an idea of it. And I'm already spending too much time on the... Was that soda? No, it's well, it's not soda, but it's actually much more worse. It's not beer either. I don't drink. I'm a pure boy, or at least as pure as I can be. Actually, am I allowed to show art made by other people? Gulp, gulp. I probably am, but... Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna start sketching something. Fill it in. This is probably the most inefficient way of drawing stuff, but it's important to be experimental with these kinds of things. Uh, I'm not old enough for beer. My dad let me have some martinis once though. Are you underage? Alright, in that case I should be very careful on what I do or say or show on stream. Actually, my parents are totally okay with me drinking beer or getting... I'm an adult. Yeah, sure. I'm sure you are an adult. Just under drinking age. Yeah, that's true. I think... Well, I'm not gonna dox your age, but I can kind of guess how old you are if you're not allowed yet to drink, but you're still considered an adult. There is like strange stuff with certain countries where you're not allowed to do this and this, but you are allowed to do this and that as on a certain age. Like you are allowed to work overtime, even though you're underage, for example. It's stuff, weird stuff like that. But maybe it's because I'm European, or maybe that isn't a European rule. I don't remember. I really don't know, and I don't have any grand opinion on it on the matter because I really don't know anything about that kind of thing. I've been drinking Monopoly since 14. Lol. No, don't don't drink when you. Well, it's too late now, but don't drink when you're 14. Remember, kids, don't drink when you're a kid because you still have a growing body, and if you damage it with alcohol or whatever, then it'll add up into the future when you're an adult. Why am I still? That's fine. But you do whatever you want. I'm not your dad or mom or anything in between. Uh, Drinking. Actually, I don't think I've been peer pressured into drinking ever. I mean, people could probably peer pressure me into doing anything, but drinking, no, I don't think so. I think I'm old enough to get cigarettes if I wanted to, kissy face. Oh, I wouldn't recommend smoking, but yeah, you do what you want. Actually, I'm 18 now, so don't worry. I know you are, Alto. I know you are. You know what? People should do whatever they want with whatever it is they want to do. Uh, but I'm not the one to teach them about what they can and can't do. Like, if you enjoy like a soda and then someone walks up to you like, "Did you know that soda has a lot of sugar in it? That's really bad for you." Then yeah, well, I'm not gonna enjoy my soda anymore because someone just walked up to me and said that right to my face. But yeah. And once I got drunk when my parents weren't home. No, I don't want to smoke. My parents do, and I can't stand the smell anymore. You've been granted the power to freely enjoy not safe for work content freely. Bless your soul. On that topic, I have been considering doing not safe for work art before. As a matter of fact, I'm working on something behind the scene as well, but I don't want to show it just yet. Yeah, for quite some time. Well, I'm almost 19. Yeah, time flies, huh? I remember when I was 19. That was 55 years ago. Or at least it feels like that, but as I grow older, I don't really feel old. I don't know, just be older. Wait, are we allowed to say age or is it legal on Twitch? Um, I don't know. I'm not really the right person to ask that kind of question. To me, let's go on err on the side of caution. Let's not reveal our age just yet. Just in case of when it's not allowed. I think it's allowed. No one should worry. But you know, just being safe. That's all. I am 1,000 years old with the power to understand energy. E. To understand energy. Huh. That is nuts. Oh, no, that's starting to look like something. Does that, does that. Alright, she is somewhat shaded, but it's very undefined. When doing concept art or character art or anything related to art, you want to communicate on what you're thinking or what you're feeling or what your ideas are. But if those things aren't clear enough, then yeah, you should try to define them a little bit more clearly. I've kind of wanted to draw Not Safe for Work, but my anatomy isn't nearly as good to do that yet. Oh, well, there are Not Safe for Work art that doesn't have good anatomy, but those people that draw quote-unquote bad Not Safe for Work art they're still trying. I've actually seen an artist that does Not Safe for Work art, and it was really bad at first, but that guy, he just keep making them, and he kept going and going and going until he's at the level where I can say, holy cow, that looks amazing, I want to learn more from this person, you know. So even if it's bad Not Safe for Work art or anatomy wrong or whatever, or people are shitting on it because they're mean or they really want you to improve, then I don't know what was going with that point, but the point being, you should keep going at it. The more titty I draw, wait, hang on. I'm miming the ability a character called Garo has in One Punch Man. Yo, Garo, I thought he didn't understand energy. I haven't been keeping up to date with One Punch Man, so I should keep up with that. The more titty I draw, the better they'll look. Indeed. I need to do that with my Not Safe for Work animation. Oh, that's right. Alto, you're doing Not Safe for Work animations. I mean, yeah, just keep going at it. I mean, there is this guy at the academy. I've never met him before, but I've only heard legends about it. At the academy, if you graduate or want to graduate, you have to do one final project. And this motherfucker, well, pardon my French, he made a dojin as his project to graduate, and he fucking passed. It's, I don't know who he is. I don't know even if he existed in the first place, but I respect it. If the teachers are like, "Whoa, this anatomy is really good," even though it's like porn, then yeah. Except I'm more of a tie person. Hey. Well, speaking of ties, I can improve this tie. Wait, hang on. Let me make another layer. Start making this red, because if I want to make changes to it, then it'll look bad. Turn this white and merge my top with other, and then I can just really edit this without any weird repercussion. This is weird. A very specific weird Photoshop trick that I learned. There we go. Oh no, it's getting too much. Oh god, it can't be stopped. Nah. There we go. Like this really subtle glow. Ties can squash my head like grape. Oh, how I wish that were me. You didn't hear me say that, by the way. It's nothing. Actually, I got. Oh boy. I've talked about using shortcuts before in a previous stream. Oh, wait, why is this thing still here? Oh wait. I've never understood the idea of people liking that, lol. But I'm not one to judge. Shh, don't worry about it. If only you could understand. I could try to describe it in detail, but I don't think it'll get through. It is something that you have to feel, you know, like not necessarily experience it, but more how you feel about it. Actually, if I were ever in the position of getting my head crushed between ties, I may not even like it that much. Maybe it'll scar me for life. But you know, you never know. Dice? Dice indeed. It looks kind of weird. Alright, time to consult my reference folder. While looking at her ties. No, don't crop it. You can. Oh, right. I was about to talk about shortcuts. Let's see. M for marquee. Drag it. Let go. G to fill. And then I hold. No, wait. Then press B. Then Control, so I can just move this. And Control Alt to copy it. And Control Shift to. Oh, wait. That does the same thing. Huh. Yeah, all these weird shortcuts that I've learned. At some point they are like second nature to me. Dice or badonkadonk. Yeah, dice. I mean, in Western animation, if they want to make female characters or moms in movies, animations, whatever, they aren't allowed to draw cleavage. So what they did was, instead of cleavage, they started focusing more on the, for the lack of a better term, childbearing hips. And that's why some of the art styles shows female characters or women in very voluptuous ties. I guess that's where it comes from. I mean, I think in the show Steven Universe, they said, well, if every pork chop was perfect, then we wouldn't have hot dogs. And I still think about that quote a lot. Not necessarily because of the pork chop and hot dog thing, but and how many places that could apply. Like if one thing was already perfect, then we wouldn't have iterations of it. Dude, have you seen Disney Moms? Yes, I have seen them, and that's exactly what I was talking about. That is a good code, indeed. Apparently, during the development of Steven Universe, they were brainstorming of quotes that Steven's dad would say to him, and they had like a whole list of quotes that they could use, but I guess they eventually stick to pork chops and hot dogs. Holy shit, don't get me started on Disney Moms. Oh man, the chat's getting thirsty. And so am I. I'm gonna take a sip. We need more good-looking Disney dads though, not gonna lie. I mean... Actually, you're right. I can't think of any good Disney dads. Well, I'm not much into dads. More into thighs. Alright, I guess the way you could make it work is like the good old-fashioned dad bod. You know, I just want to grill, that kind of body type. Then... with the... bills, for lack of a better term. Yes, exactly. And they gotta have facial hair. They gotta have like beefy arms because, well, that's the classic. Gotta think. There is this specific dad I'm having in mind, but I don't remember who fits the description. I think I'm thinking of Speed Racer's dad. Or dad, or Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. That he has that kind of energy as well. I don't know, man. Alright, I was about to consult the reference folder. Then ties distracted me. Well, you know what they say. Thick ties saves lives, but thigh highs are my demise. Don't worry about me. I'm just checking the reference folder as the sweet, soothing music is playing. Lol. I'm glad I have headphones on this time. Oh. Stop rap. I'm not rapping. That is an actual quote that I've seen. That is an actual quote, alright? That is an actual quote that I've seen somewhere. Jeez. Oh, you guys. I have... Alright, I got a couple. I have a reference folder, and in that folder is, like, anime girls doing something, and then there's another folder that is... Rap more! No! I refuse. You can't just ask a rapper to rap more. You can't just ask a comedian to tell a joke. That is like telling someone to pee on command. It'll have to come naturally. I only have one MILF Vibes wait. One MILF Vibes character. Only one? Huh. Anyone in particular in mind? Or just in general? No, wait, you said one, so it's not in general. Let's see. I mixed armor together with the medieval armor, but also modern armor. So now I have this weird mix of whatever it is. And I haven't drawn her much, because I can't do her justice. Oh, and one Dilf, lol. Oh, you got one mom and one dad. A parent. Now I'm wondering what the child would look like. Let's see. Actually, this is actually pretty nice. Spats. Spats! Yeah! I'm gonna draw spats! Oh, hell yeah! Spats! Let's see. Let's do it like this. Then make this somewhat darker. No, wait, actually, let's... No, I'm gonna do it like this, a little bit darker. Add some subtle shading on top of it. Alright, let's start. But she needs some gear. She needs something to defend herself or someone else in their vicinity. She needs to defend me. Actually, let me... This is... patch. They're not together. Oh. Ah, yes, the ability to be able to draw one day. I hope I have. Well, this is not an ability that has been magically bestowed upon me. This is an ability that I've cultivated in the course of years at this point. And I'm kind of sad that I'm not doing much with it, but I'm still working on it. Once I get my anatomy in check, Twitter better watch out. That's what they all say. My recommendation, if you guys don't want to draw, just start drawing, make some stuff, and start posting on whatever social media you're using. There will be people saying it's shit, but that's alright. That's how everyone started. Hopefully not, though, that people are just coming in and give unwarranted criticism, unless you specifically ask for it. But if you just start drawing, and then you can start cultivating this particular skill. This is like learning how to cook or learning how to, I don't know, fuck it, learning how to play video games for the first time. I remember when I first started playing video games, and the first enemy that I encountered, like a first real enemy, not like these Goombas, for example, but like a man with a gun in Metal Gear Solid 2, I believe. No, actually, not even that. In Spider-Man. This is a weird thing. In Spider-Man on the PlayStation, I got nervous when I finally encountered my first quote-unquote real enemy. But eventually I overcome that fear and started just beating him. Oh boy, the chat's going well. That's what it. Draw a hand, fishy woman. Let's see then. Draw a hand. I posted my shit drawing till they emerged. Jay, that you you make good art. You make good art, even though it's bad sometimes. But to me, it's good. It's you shouldn't stop drawing. You should make more if you want to. I'm content which is doing art as a hobby. That's also respectable. I'm doing it more to make some bigger stuff like animation or even that's a little secret, video games. But wait, huh? What the hell? Wait, this is oh shit, this is the wrong layer. Yeah. Cut this. Control Shift V, then it'll paste it on the exact same place that I cut it. And then Control E, it'll merge to the layer below it. And then it's there. Alright, let's continue the chat. Oh, I thought you were a girl and no, just hands in general. Huh? What? Right now I'm also too shy to post, especially if it's not safe for work. Yeah, I'm kind of embarrassed as well to post not safe for work. Although I'm dumb. Yeah, I'm a woman. I'm not posting my first not safe for work animation. I mean, when are you going to post that? When you're ready? When is that? No one is really ready to post your first art. It's just like going right into it. Like you just it's like being scared to go to the dentist. You don't. Oh man, I don't know what I was going with that. Yeah, but point being, just jump right into it, and then you'll be glad that you got over it. As a matter of fact, there was a certain group of friends. Well, friends, I barely knew them, but I was very nervous to interact with them. And when I finally met them, I didn't know what to say. I was just like very shy and shut in. But eventually, I started opening up more to them, and they are very good people, and I'm glad we're friends now. Oh man, I can't keep up with the chat while drawing. Let's see. Honestly, I wouldn't want to post my 5-year-old level first stuff, and I wouldn't want others to either. I think I still have my old. Hang on, let me check behind me. Yeah, I have drawing that. There we go. I have made a drawing. The first drawing where I made full body for the first time, and it looks bad. But I'm glad that I kept the drawing because I can always look back to see where I started with all this. It's I can even recreate it right now. It's literally just I think something like this. It is literally like this, and the legs are also something like that. That is how I started, and now I can do. It's still the same in a way, but now I know what to look out for, like the shape of the legs, for example, or the shape of the arms. Like the arms have like muscles built into it, and then you just grow around it, kind of. But there are better ways to learn anatomy, I think. Oh boy. Oh, the constant mistake of wrong layer drawing. Yes, that is an ancient mistake. I'm glad that I can just mitigate it. For example, if this was on the wrong layer, I could just Control X, go to a different layer, then Control Shift V, and then it'll post the exact same spot that I got it from on the canvas. My bad drawings are really bad. Jaded, I dare you to post it. Or you know what? Just send it to me, and I'll take a look at them. Drawings are supposed to be bad at the first. It's fine. Yes, like Katvi just said, you're supposed to suck at it at the first time. Actually, why I'm telling you this, Jada? You make some incredible art. You already knew this. Sometimes I have to take a 2-week break because the more burned out I am, the worse my art performance gets. Rip. Yeah, I'm also the same way. You have to find this gray area when making art, or anything really. Doing too much will burn you out. Doing too little will stop you from growing. So you have to find like this weird balance between doing it just enough until you can get something out of it. I feel. This arm, it should be longer. Yeah, the pose is still bad, but it's a start. Actually, get out of here. There we go. Just seems inherently shameful. Like, look what I made, mommy, as your child hands you his dirt. Well, that's also one way to look at it. But even if a child is handing his or her mom, his turds or her turds, then the mom is always like, "Oh, that's nice, sweetie. Now flush it down the toilet because it's getting stinky." Practice is improving, man. I do trying to groom me for my secret bad sketches. So, dude, just show me. Now I really want to show those legendary bad sketches of yours. I need to see it. It's painful though, when I'm motivated to draw, but still burn out, if that makes sense. Yeah, it does make sense. So my expectations are high because of the motivation, but my burnout makes me discouraged because it's not turning out like I want to. In that particular case, you could try something else entirely. Like, instead of drawing, you should maybe focus on a different skill that you have, if you have any at least. Or if drawing is the only thing that you want, then try drawing something else instead of this one particular thing that you're focused on. Alright, I will send you one on Discord. Discord, alright. We're going a live reaction, guys. Live genome reaction. I still remember when people called Jay Sketch for his VTuber model above Tomboy. Oh! Yeah. I think I vaguely remember something like that. Oh, I got a message on Discord. Oh, it's from a friend. Oh, there's none other than J-Dad. Oh, he's going to send me something. I don't think he's gonna send me anything. While I'll wait for his thing, I'm gonna continue drawing the thing. I'll subtly judge his drawing that is about to come into my messages. Actually, I should make a compilation of bad drawings that I made from way back when. I don't think I can find them again, but it's probably somewhere out there as well. Hell, I think if you dig deep enough, you can find my DeviantArt at some point, and then you can see these weird things that I drew way back when. Actually, I might just do that at one point. And oh, come on, man. Come on, Jay. That isn't even that bad. All right, if I'm gonna be very critical of it, I'd say. Well, I could post it on the stream, but no, I'm not going to. I can't do that to him. All right, from my limited understanding of art, this is a classic case of chicken scratching, or what did they say? They said the same thing about mine at some point. Inconfident line art. Yeah, that's what it is. The line art isn't confident because it's like really all over the place, and I'm trying to avoid that as well. But I still, as you can see, I still do that vaguely. So I can kind of see myself in the drawing as well. Lol. Don't take it too hard. I'm not really the best place for criticism. Oh, there you go. The second image that he posted is a vast improvement. I have to say, maybe it's the way you style things, but it kind of looks weird without line art on top of it, because the second one is a big improvement. Maybe it's just something that I'm not used to, but hey, I'm just one guy. Don't listen to me. I should follow your art streams more often, Jay, because it's honestly sometimes inspiring to see other artists, like seeing how they make progress. Let me write it down. Let me go. 2S. Yeah. Skip it up and that up, bang. It still looks bad. Actually, there is also a bad habit that I have, that I keep focusing on or over-rendered at some parts. Let's see, and there we go. I kind of feel bad of giving, well, quote-unquote criticism on artwork that other people made. But I actually don't like to call it criticism, but more my thoughts on it, what I see. And on the academy, there's plenty of that as well. There's people that are 10 times better than me there, even with my current skill level. And there are people that are way worse than me, but are very good at different things that they can do at the academy. But yeah, I've grown a thick skin, or when I was there, like they analyzed my art and broke it down into little pieces and built it back up again. It is like very weird way of giving criticism. It might sound harsh, but if you want to work in the industry, or any industry for that matter, if it's animation or art or movie or video games or anything with that has to do with creative sites, then you're gonna compete with people that are probably a million times better than you. So if you're gonna compete with those kinds of people, you have to make something that you stand out to them. It doesn't have to be like the best proportions or the best art style, but something that you're very good at yourself. You could also be a jack of all trades, but then you have to learn a lot of things as well. But as they say, a jack of all trades, a master of none. No, wait, that's the... Yeah, jack of all trades, master of none. So you can do a lot of things, but not really well. But the full phrase of that quote is, a master of all trades... no, wait. A jack of all trades, a master of none is oftentimes better than a master of none. Yeah, something like that. I probably messed it up. It's actually a quite inspiring quote, because I'm also a jack of all trades. I'm gonna take a sip. Talk for a while. Master of one, dummy. Wait, yeah, you do be jack. No, yeah, no. This is not that kind of stream, okay? Wait, are they streams like that? Well, no, obviously not on Twitch, but probably on other sites then. I'm not really sure where I'm gonna go with this. I guess I can start adding some gear to her, because that's bruh. Hey, that's not me. That's not my... he said that. It's just probably on OnlyFans. OnlyFans, haha, funny story. I have an OnlyFans account and it got really popular, and then I got a little bit scared of how popular I was, and then I just deleted my account. That was a total lie, by the way, that none of it was true. No, that's a lie. Actually, even if I did have an OnlyFans, then I don't know. Yeah, it's difficult to imagine posting pictures of yourself and then having lots of fans, or you know, followers, I guess. Yeah, followers. Whoa, then I was gonna try to go for access. Jesus. Look, I know I'm handsome, but you gotta treat me to dinner first, okay? Alright, this topic is getting wild. Let's talk about... Alright, I was trying to add gear. I was thinking of giving her, like, a ballistic vest, but then it doesn't show her... Yeah, I guess... But then there are arts that like kind of show it like this. But then it looks weird because this is like... Huh. Tricky. I'm gonna try some stuff. Like, just keep rendering until I got something that I like. Well, I actually wanted to finish this thing quickly. Like, not in a completed state, but something like... I mean, I'd look at your OnlyFans. Oh, thanks. Wait, what was I about to say? Oh, right, the character. Yeah, I wanted to finish this quickly, and then to, like, jumping to the next character and then the next until I got something that I liked. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna move a little bit out of the way. And move you here. Patch you, hide you a little bit. Start drawing someone else entirely. You know, just keep it fresh, you know. You know, if you know, you know. If you don't, you know, you know. You know? Look how they walk. It's I don't know why I do that, but I like doing it. Oh, you know what? I think I can just start on the eyes first and then slowly branch out. Well, time to consult my reference folder again. One of these days, I'm gonna just compile my reference folder and just upload it somewhere so people can take a look at the things that inspires me. I might do that tomorrow. No, I have work tomorrow, but it'll be fine. We'll see when it happens. Let's see. Oh, I like the eyes on this one. And it's too much. Alright, this one is okay. Potion seller, I'm going into battle and I want your strongest potions. My potions are too strong for you, traveler. You'll never... I don't know what the quote, how it goes. I love the potion seller. It's a marvel. How did they... Wait. Oh, the opacity's changed. There you go. I wonder how the guy come up with this stuff. Maybe he just like turn on the camera and start doing random impressions. Let's see. I'm drawing anime. The eye is one of the most important facial features that you can have, next to the nose, because the nose is usually like a dot and some shading, and then call it a day, because that's all you need when drawing anime. That looks weird. Yeah, there we go. I wonder, is anyone in here drawing at the same time as well? Can't be only me, right? No, but I could animate. Not currently. I'm eating hummus. 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 I was, and I might start. Took a break. Taking breaks is very important when doing any creative endeavors. Also, my brain reached its burnout yesterday. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you recover soon, though. I have days where I just I really want to do a thing, and then I couldn't because I don't know if it's burnout or something else. And then afterward I feel bad because I didn't do anything, and I think a lot of people can relate to that feeling as well. Maybe it's like this very specific artist thing that we have, we as artists. I think it's with any creative people, really. You know the story about Sir Vincent van Gogh that has some mental issues. Like if anything, he's probably one of the first Menhera artists from back then. Kind of tragic, really. And his art at the time wasn't really that well recognized, but it's only after his death that it got praised to hell and back. And there's something kind of sad about it that he never got to experience that. But on the other hand, he did make an impact at the in the art world because he saw things that normal people couldn't see, art-wise. I mean, like use of colors. I think. Shit, I really should read up more on his life and such because I think he's one of the most famous artists out there. Vincent van Gogh. He was one of the first weebs. Alright, I need to think about that. Weebs that would mean that he would like anime, but I don't think Japan was some. His art style is called Japonism. Oh, alright. If you put it like that, then yeah, then yeah, he is one of the first weebs. It's inspired by a hook site. I am going to look that up. Let's see. Oh, good site. Oh, yeah. The first image result is the famous Great Wave of Kanagawa. You know the Great Wave of Kanagawa. It's like the. Hang on, let me redraw a masterpiece real quick. Something like this. Something like this. And there's some like splashes going around. Shit, I think I messed up. Oh, no, wait, that's right. Yeah, the Great Wave of Kanagawa. Well, I think it's more impressive if I colored it in, but no, let's not meander too much about this. Its signature style is the thick lines, which Van Gogh uses. Van Gogh? Wait, wasn't his name like Van and then Go? Well, something like Van then Go? No, wait, there wasn't a U in it. I think it's like another G. Gog? Right, let me. It's like Gog, but it's pronounced. Ah, Codfish, what's up? Why are you screaming in the chat? Don't harp on it. There you go. That's already looks kind of cool. And go, but you spell it with 2 G's. I just like the part in this song. Oh, I think I know. It's the meme, right? Where, yeah. I remember playing this game and I liked the soundtrack of it as well. But then when the meme popped up, I was like, wait, what is this? But yeah, now I can't really listen to the song the same way after that meme. What was talked about? Oh, right, Vincent van Gogh. No, wait, Van Gogh. Van Gogh. Is it pronounced Van Gogh? Whatever. Maybe I'll understand someday, but not today. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's not go in his language of origin. Huh. Where is he from anyway? Is he like Scandinavian or something? It's like some French shit where you do a nasal sound. I don't want to try it. Maybe a different time. Next stream, new stream idea. Try to pronounce foreign names. He's Dutch. Oh, Dutch. Yeah. I think I remember something like that. I remember hearing a quote with the word Dutch. If it ain't Dutch, it ain't much. I think I've first heard that in Cookie Clicker of all places, where I don't remember what it was. Where if you hover over a specific food item, then that quote will pop out. If it ain't Dutch, it ain't much. As such, it's... I'm not gonna try it. There we go. Who made that surreal painting where the guy was screaming on a boat? I saw that in a movie once and it scared me. I think the painting is called The Scream? Or unless there's a different screaming painting. I know... What's it called? Kronos Devouring His Son. Oh, hey, it's a YouTube link. Let me click on that. All right, live.
We are looking at how to pronounce the name of this Dutch post-impressionist painter, one of the most famous of them. In less than a minute, you're going to be knowing everything that you should know about how to say it properly and how it is said in several countries. In Britain, it is said as Vincent van Gogh, which is not correct. In America, it is said as Vincent van Gogh, which is not correct either. Vincent is said the same way in Dutch as it is in English. We're lucky here, Vincent. Van is not correct, but rather in Dutch they say van. Van. Shorter with a more open A sound. Van. Van. And then in Dutch they do not say goch, but rather goch. The G is not pronounced like a G, but like a H. Goch. Same sound at the beginning and at the end. Goch. Vincent van Gogh is how the Dutch say it, like it or not.
Huh. How about that? It's pronounced Vincent van Gogh. Something like that, right? Man, this language is weird. I've heard some weird languages in my time, but yeah. There's probably some weirder languages out there. Oh, sorry, background music. This is a perfect place to stop the music at. Kind of off topic, but hearing people talk in different accents give me brain tingles. Indeed. It gives me the tingles as well. I wonder, English isn't my native language, and I'm not gonna reveal what my native language is just yet, but I wonder if my English is understandable, or at least comprehensible at best. Because there are some people where English is their second language that has some very thick accents, but they're still understandable. I think there's this guy. Yeah, it's pretty good. Ah, thank you. I take great pride in how I pronounce my English. I understand you perfectly. Is that on purpose, Alto? Did you really said perfect tit? I shouldn't laugh at that. I think there is this guy. Actually, I think he's also Dutch, but by coincidence. I've met him at the academy, and his accent is it is something, all right. I'm not sure if it's him specifically or is everyone from Dutch land talking like that. But yeah, he has. Let's say that the best way that I can describe that I can describe it is as he has a specific way of pronouncing things, but he also does it when he writes stuff. So when he was talking in chat, people couldn't understand him in English, but I could understand him perfectly because he types the same way as he speaks, which is something. um, Actually, I'm kind of impressed that I could understand him, even though his English is like broken. But yeah, perfectly. I can understand you. Ah, that you can. Nope, I actually fucked up. Well, I need to learn how to do a Swedish accent. All those things will be lost 10 times, like Bjorka Bjorka and the Fjord. Doing an accent is more than just pronouncing things differently. You have to do like a certain rhythm. Like Japanese people, they have also this kind of weird way of pronouncing things. When I think I saw a video of someone trying to pronounce Rattler, but she's pronounced it as Radola or something like that. And yeah, that is wrong. But they had to have this weird way of speaking into it. It's not bad, but it's something you have to keep in mind when you talk in a different language. Then some languages uses a very different alphabets, so you have to keep that in mind as well when you're learning a certain language. Maybe it's not even called an alphabet, like maybe it's something else entirely. Who knows? Trying to figure out what I want to do with her arms. I can let her hold her gun. I really try to do this as fast as possible, but I keep like working on it for too long. And I'm still not really happy at how she turns out, because like this, make it a little bit bigger. Actually, make everything a little bit bigger. I'd love to relearn Russian. Their accents letters are cool, indeed. Well, it's a shame with the recent events going on, but other than that, yeah, the Russian language is actually pretty cool. I've met people at the academy that they speak Russian, but they don't call themselves. Well, they aren't Russian. They are from I'm not sure which country it was. It could be Ukraine or Bulgaria. Some country that also speak Russian, and they told me that, oh yeah, the Russian basically stole the language, and then they call it Russian. So yeah, we have to play along with it or something like that. I'm not a historian, so take this with a pinch of salt. It's kind of fascinating. Like I've met a lot of people at the academy, then they come from various countries and other places. There's this one guy that's Italian that studied in China, and he was coming to the academy all the way from, I don't know, Poland or something. And there's another guy that comes from the other ass end of the world. And man, I've met a lot of cool people there, and I'm glad that even after I quit, I'm still in good terms with them. So if I need something, or if they need something from me, then they can always just contact me. This is bad. I'm starting to lose my my grip. I should block out more often, because now I'm doing line art, but what I really need to do is like getting the general shape right. Alright, what I can do is at least do the hair. That I at least have some kind of colors going on, even though it's like totally monochrome. Actually, her neck is weird. I don't know what it is. Like too much to the back, so it needs to be something like this. I don't know, man. I don't think I'll end the stream with any good-looking drawing, but I'd like to try. I'd really like to try. Actually, what the hell is this this hairstyle? But maybe I should just a little bit some semblance of shading. This is a chef's kiss worth art. Ah, thank you, thank you. I think it's also a weird artist thing that you make something, you look at it, and said, "This is shit. This is absolute shit." But other people see it like, "Oh, this is actually pretty good." Now I feel really bad for this Vincent van. No, wait, Van Gogh, I guess, because people. I think people didn't appreciate his art as much. I don't know. I really should learn his history because it is fascinating to look at. I've just been gaming listening to the stream. Oh, what game are you playing? Probably some high octane first person shooter, or is it League of Legends, or is it could be anything. It's like a Schrodinger's game. We never know what game it is until Trapper Chat reveals it to us. Actually, she's kind of cute with a ponytail. It's like this really scraggly ponytail. That's good. The art is indeed looking good. Ah, thank you. It's called Arcadegeddon. It's amazing. I've never heard of Arcadegeddon. Wait, it's Arcadegeddon. Yeah. I always feel that when I show people stuff, it's like that thing someone mentioned about kids showing you the dirt. This again. Oh, come on, man. It's not a well-known game, though. Yeah, I know what. I'll look it up. Let's see. Arcadegeddon. No, I don't think I've ever seen this game before. Is this on the Epic Games Store or something? Let's see. PlayStation Store. How about that? Yeah, no wonder I've never heard of it. I have the Epic Games Store, and I only use it to play Grand Theft Auto 5 online. It sucks, but I keep going back every once in a while because it's fun with friends, you know. And sometimes you try to survive the griefers or the modders or whatever is rampaging the server at that time. Still not quite happy with her. If I change the pupils, then she looks. Oh boy, she's kind of goofy looking. I'll fix that later. I still want to. No, I have to fix the face first. The face first. That I well versed and versed. Yeah, it's on the Epic Games Store. That's why you normally don't see it. It's cross-platform, so you can play with all kinds of people: Xbox, PC, or PS4. Oh, I don't think I've seen that before. Yeah, there are some games on the Epic Games Store that are really cool, but there are also some games that are just whatever because it's either not marketed well enough or the game itself isn't well enough. I can't dig this. I have to fix her face. Gonna go back to the reference image that I saw earlier. Oh, I see what I missed. I can try. Yeah, something like this. Like this really half-sleepy eyes. Trust me, it's really fun. The company actually cares about the game. That is a good thing to hear when the people developing the game actually cares about the game. It's not a lot of companies that I can say that about, but on the other hand, maybe they'll improve over time. the companies that don't care about their games. But only time will tell. There's a saying, a good artist steals, a bad artist copies. And I'm stealing someone's eyes from another reference image that I use. I think, well, if you copy an artist, then you also copy their mistakes. And I think I already mentioned that before in the previous stream. Let me take a sip. So yeah, you can copy the mistakes and try to make something out of those mistakes that the other artists that you're referencing from make. Because if you think they're worth copying, then they also were fixing the errors that they made in their art. If you have spare money to buy and give it a shot, then go ahead, friends, you won't regret. Eyes. I'll think about it. Actually, lately I haven't been playing much games other than the games that I stream. And the only games that I stream are like games that are, I think, at least a decade old at this point. Other games that I played like that is... I don't know. I have to check my my Steam account of what other games that I played. I played... Well, obviously the Dead Space series, but I also played Resident Evil 2 Remake. I've played... Man, I'm really having a hard time coming up with things. I like her eyelashes. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I can make her blink. Wink. Hey. I like everything. Oh, thank you, thank you. You guys flatter me. I love you guys. Wait, how's my face looking? It's looking fine. Did she wink at me? She did. She winked at everyone that is viewing this stream. See, her right eye is kind of looking like... Yeah, alright, it's getting there, it's getting there. Just keep at it, and then slowly but surely it'll look okay-ish. Holy moly! Well, you are easily flustered, aren't you? If I get a new follower, then she'll wink again. Ha ha ha, just kidding, unless... No, actually, only follow if you really like what you're seeing, not just because I tell you, okay? I mean, yeah, you know what? Ultimately, the choice is yours, so it's not mine to make. I care actually more about the stuff I make than the amount of people that are following. Did she say if she's free on Saturday? Well, no, that's... Oh, she nods. Well, I guess she is, but I'm not sure if you're able to meet her. Good luck, though. Quality over quantity? Not necessarily... Yeah, you know what? Yeah, quality over quantity. Pa. But it's also more... I don't want to just stream video games or just do art streams, but I also make like offline content. And I would think about it. I think I'm repeating myself with the last few streams. I'm still learning Blender, but there's like a lot of stuff that I need to keep in mind. I'm already familiar with 3D modeling as a concept. Like I know what to look out for. I can make characters in 3D, but not yet in Blender, because Blender is like a whole different beast. The mouth sucks. Alright, that's a lewd thing to say. No, the mouth is bad. Oh, this... It's kind of cool. All right, I'll keep that now. This. Blender is so cool. I keep meaning to learn Blender. I mean, you're still young, I assume. So now is actually the best time to start learning Blender and start just goofing around with it. I think the most important part on making anything with any digital program, Photoshop, Blender, anything, is learning the hotkeys and how to navigate through them. Because if you learn the hotkeys, then you can just like easily put stuff together and then just be happy at what you have. Oh, hey, this looks good. Cool. I like her. Speaking of which, character designers know how to apply makeup, even though they don't wear makeup themselves sometimes. So you have this like nerdy guys that learn how to apply makeup because that's required of them if they want to make certain characters, like female characters that has makeup. It's kind of fun. I actually should also learn how to apply makeup sometime because that is important skill to learn if you want to make characters that uses makeup. I always kind of wanted to make games, but I learned the hard way that coding is not for me. There are alternatives, I can tell you that already. There are 3 major game engines at the moment that I can think of. You have the big 3 is number 1 is GameMaker. There you go. It uses drag and drop functions that you can just learn how to program, but you also have Unity. It's 3D, but you can also make 2D games with it. But then there's the biggest beast of all. It is Unreal Engine. This thing is an absolute powerhouse of a game engine. And then if you want to make 2D games, this might be a little bit too much. If you want to make 3D games, but it's not too much, or also switch back to 2D games, Unity is also the way to go. This is actually the most balanced. If you want to only make 2D games, then GameMaker is also a good way to go. You could also look into what games have been made with these 3 programs, with GameMaker, Unity, and Unreal Engine. Actually, I can color code them even. GameMaker is green, and Unity is blue or grayish blue, and Unreal Engine is just stark red. Hey, RGB. Oh yeah, I've heard of Unreal Engine. I am working with Unreal Engine. You know what? I'm gonna keep this in a separate layer. Cut, paste, disappear, and there we go. I wanted to make video games, but then I ran into the issue of not knowing where to start or how to approach this problem. And eventually I decided to stick to one game engine because I noticed that I keep switching over from GameMaker to Unity to Unreal Engine because I want to make a video game. I guess GameMaker is the best way to start because I don't know how to program. Oh, but then what if I want to make 3D games? All right, let's go to Unity. Oh, but what was it? I think it's used as C# for Unity. I'll get that to the thing. Yeah, right. Unity uses C#. I think that's how you pronounce it and write down. Unreal Engine uses C++, which is a very robust programming language, but the thing that made me stick to Unreal Engine is Wait, is that how you... Yeah, that's how you spell it. Blueprints. And it's basically just like boxes that you can just connect to each other. To other boxes, and then stuff happens. It's very difficult, but I've watched some tutorials about how to use these things. Yeah, but I keep switching between GameMaker, Unity, Unreal Engine, back to GameMaker, then Unity, Unreal Engine. because I was like really indecisive of how I want to make my first video game. But eventually I stick to Unreal Engine because of these Blueprints things that they got going on. Blueprints is essentially C++, but very simplified, and it boils down to visual scripting. Okay, put this away again. Let's start focus on this. Visual scripting is the thing that helped me out with making stuff move in Unreal Engine. There are games that are entirely built from blueprints alone, so it is possible and doable and viable even to make something work in Unreal Engine using nothing but blueprints. If you're still intimidated by the whole programming thing, they are. Yeah, I guess I'm lucky because the folks at the academy helped me out with how to use blueprinting, and they even inspired me in some ways. There, yeah. You, hmm. There are more ways than one to make a video game. You can also just discard the three that I mentioned and start with, I don't know, RPG Maker, for example, because everything is already pre-built and the only thing you have to do is like learn the engine a bit and make some custom assets, and then you, presto, you have your own video game that you can call yourself. And then there's another issue that you have to deal with is royalties, because if you want to make money of your game, you gotta also pay the developer of the engine monies or royalties as well. It's like using music. I think just knowing how to approach or start learning any coding game making is intimidating. Yes, it is. It is for me as well. And it applies to a lot of things, not just programming, but also art or any creative stuff that people do. Anything that's new or unknown territory is very, very intimidating to start. But if you overcome that hurdle of that initial fear that you have of stuff, then you start to get used to it, and then you can start like playing around with, and in this case, just playing around with the engine and see what you can make of it. That's how I did it as well. Just like try to get over the hurdle first, experiment some stuff, and then yeah, see what you can make of it. There is also the danger of when you're working on a game project that you drop your current project and start a new project because you got burnt out on your first one. And people are, how to say this? They are more likely to just drop a project. Oh, what? Oh, that's weird. Drop a project because they're burnt out, start a new one, and then drop that new project and start another new one, and then it just keeps happening and happening. Yeah. And there's this thing called scope in video games where you don't want to make the next Minecraft or the next Breath of the Wild, because if one game got successful, a lot of people are going to yeah, indeed. Well, like Trapper Chat said, a vicious cycle. A lot of companies and people and indie games and studios and whatever, they want to make the next Minecraft or the next big thing that came out like recently. So of course they gotta incorporate their stuff into it as well. People who have never made a video game before, they don't know what they're getting into. So it's important to just start, just throw yourself into it, see how far you can get. Make some failures and then see if you can learn anything from those failures. Where is this character even going? I don't even know anymore. Or maybe this is the pauldron. There's barely anything original and it's saddening. Yeah, because it's very hard to make something original. Eventually, there's nothing original anymore. The concept of jumping has invented by Mario himself, and now everyone is jumping over stuff, like or vaulting over obstacles in first-person shooters, for example. Failure is a step to victory, and victory has many steps, so you make many failures. This is getting very inspirational all of a sudden, but yeah, that is essentially what game development is. It's a lot of I think they call it fail faster and follow the fun. There's a lot of stuff that I've learned at the academy, not just art but also on video games as well. It's yeah, I've learned that during the development of the movie The Incredibles, there's this really cool scene that they wanted to add into the movie, but they had to ditch it because of development issues, and it's also saddening. I think one of the teacher also was working on a project, but that project got cancelled because of, I don't know, financial reasons of the studio or the publisher or I don't know what it was, and he got really sad because the teacher was working on his project that he got commissioned to do or by studio or whatever, but all that hard work has to be thrown away or it can't be used anymore because of, I don't know, contract obligations. So, side note, I love this song. Oh, that's nice. I talk a lot. I gotta. Actually, I'm gonna eat. Oh, this stuff is good. I had a snack prepared in case I get hungry, but now the bread kind of got stale, but it's still good. Well, yeah. Oh, this stuff's good. We're doing a live mukbang, everyone. I'm glad you like seeing me eat. I was considering making a bunch of bases of meat that's doing various different things, like sleeping, for example, or maybe even, man, maybe something else. Oh. I hope you guys don't mind seeing me eat because I'm kind of hungry. ASMR. Oh, is it that bad? Speaking of which, I was thinking of doing an ASMR stream. Gather your sustenance. I'm just joking with you. Alright, alright. I was doing... No, wait. I was considering doing it in a ASMR stream with a submarine team. Like, you guys are stuck in a submarine with me, and I'll have to figure a way out of here. And then... then you hearing me tinkering with stuff like rants or screwing stuff or whatever, and then I'll try to patch you up because you guys are supposedly wounded, and I have to make sure you guys are still alive. Oh, that's good. And while that's happening, you hear this submarine ambience noises. That might be actually cool to do, but I don't really have the equipment to do so. ASMR makes me feel hot. Yeah, I think... Oh man, I'm almost choked. Gotta take a sip. Oh. I've seen ASMR someone beating you up with a sandal. Don't mind most ASMR roleplay stuff. I've seen some really good POV, point of view ASMRs, but there are others that are kind of weird. Yeah, for example, beating you up with a sandal. Oh. Hmm. Oh god, you actually linked it. I'll check it later. Oh, alright, that's the spot. Let's continue drawing. I wasn't actually eating ramen noodles, even though it looks like I'm eating ramen noodles. I just prepared a sandwich, but the bread got really stale really fast, somehow. This one's more intense. Oh boy, we ASMR linking now. I wonder if... Are there any streamers that has an issue with people linking stuff to other things? Personally, I don't mind, but I wonder if, like, some people take issue with that. Oh, I think I've actually seen that one too. Man, you guys know your stuff. I'm really new to ASMR in general. Well, no, that's not true. I've seen some ASMR stuff, but I didn't really get into it until later. Oh, gotta. Ooh. I think some people don't like it just because you never know what they're actually sending in chat. Probably a larger screen. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. But I'm a small-time streamer, so I guess it's okay. I'll probably make some rules about that in the future if I'm a bit larger, because otherwise I can see issues with people linking random stuff while it's off topic or anything. But for now, it's okay. Don't worry. Getting linked to naughty websites. Oh, you know some naughty websites? Huh? Nah, it's alright. But we're chill here, so I think it's okay. Well, you better be chill, otherwise I'll be less chill. Nah, but this is like more a art stream, and I hope I get something done. Man, I'm slow with this. It's been 2 hours, and this is the most I've done with it so far. Oh well, that's fine. It's also because I'm talking and streaming and drawing at the same time, so of course I'm gonna be a bit slower. He will beat you up with his words, slow but steady. Indeed. Still checking the reference folder. There are painterly sketches that I've seen, and some people can do it like in, I'd say 30 minutes or something. Wait, we've all heard the story between the turtle and bunny. Spoiler: the bunny fucking dies. Constantly flushed. Jesus, poor bunny. Well, in the story, that bunny got what it's coming to him. You know what? Yeah, be like the turtle, just slow and steady. Maybe I'll do a very long drawing stream, because at the moment, I'm feeling very energetic all of a sudden. You guys inspire me. You know what? Let's give her a hat. Actually, let's give her multiple hats. I'll copy this hat. Is this one here? Who's drawing dicks? Who's drawing dicks? Who's drawing dicks? Who's drawing dicks? Alright, first hat, let's do a beret. Can't go wrong with a beret. Is that how you draw a beret? Oh no. I'm doing this from memory, so it's probably bad. Rip Bunny? If you do, it'll be great. If you ever feel tired, just rejuvenate with some thickened thighs. Thigh high saves lives, but... Wait, I fucked up. Thick thighs saves lives. The thigh highs are my demise. Actually, let's put that song up. No, wait, I'll probably get in trouble for it. Ah, fuck it. It's a special occasion. We're starving, bitch. I hope this is allowed on stream. Otherwise, I'll just talk through it, and if it's get muted for whatever reason, I'll just maybe I can just say something really bad, and then you'll whoever watches the VOD backwards never get to see it again. Dicks, Darwin, dicks, Darwin, dicks, who's been, dicks, 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 dicks. I fucking love these mashup. Stuff like this song just makes me happy because it's just very creatively well done put together. One of such cases is Mom Spaghetti by I don't know who the user is, but you guys probably have heard of it. Certainly not our streamer, unless no, I'm not drawing dicks. Actually, have I drawn dicks before? I mean, I can draw it very detailed, and I'm not even gonna describe it. You guys are gonna picture it in your minds already. Dicks, drawing dicks, drawing dicks, drawing dicks, 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 dicks. Drawing dicks are hard, and boobs and ass. Yeah, drawing naughty bits is hard, but I've completely lost my train of thought. Alright, let me turn off this. There we go. Back to no pun intended. I was about to say, drawing dicks are hard. No pun intended. Actually, I could give her a cap. Dicks, drawing, dicks, drawing, dicks, 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 dicks. Now that verse is stuck in my head for a while. I could never ever hear that song ever again the same way. Straw or witch's hat? I tried to stay in team with the whole military. Actually, let's put this back in. Counter witchcraft. So a witch's hat wouldn't be too out of place. So it. Yeah, it should work. Think about it. Because the whole thing with Maho Ops counter witchcraft is we counter witchcraft. So of course we use this magic. Fire versus fire and all that. Yeah, I'll try a witches in the next one. Actually, let's do it right fucking now. Oh, this looks kind of ahead already. Yeah, sure. Let's keep it like this. Sometimes that's all you need to draw a hat. Or the night vision goggles, which looks cool. You know what? Let's put that as well. Ah, crap! I haven't a copy of this as well. Is this? There we go. I'm a man of precision, so it has to be right. Otherwise, it'll just drive me nuts. Actually, let's keep this a little bit lower and make a copy of this top. Let's say this is neutral, and this is the sure. Goggles. That looks actually kind of cool. Alright, let's try it a little bit more like this. Yeah, just brainstorming. You guys think up of stuff and I'll try to draw it myself. There we go. Look at that. I got flashback to Lady D with the hat. The tall vamp lady? Yeah, she's pretty. pretty. She's pretty. She's also pretty tummy thick with her fat juicy ass. Oh, i- in that case, are you familiar with the Resident Evil Village mod where you, instead of a melee weapon, you get a spatula, and then you get then you get to spank Lady D every time she comes after you. But is it weird I wasn't really a sim for her? Not really. I guess maybe it's because she's really popular all of a sudden. Then you don't want to be associated with certain groups of people that do sim for her. Also, there's a mod where she's naked. Of course, there's. Of course, there's a mod of her being naked. But that's okay. There's also a mod for Mr. X of him naked, or even in in a sling bikini. I don't know what he was wearing, but it wasn't say so, to say the least. Isn't there a mod where she's in lingerie? Yes. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. I'm actually considering doing game modding myself, but yeah, I'm still at the stage where I'm not really familiar with Blender. So if I know how to use Blender, then I can make my own mods for certain games. Because I am considering inserting myself into video games. Yeah, but modding a video game is really tough. Also, I low-key also kind of sent also for the guy also with the big... Oh, Heisenberg! Yeah, he's great. He's like very dorky because of the way he talks and also how he acts, but I also like him. I forgot his name. It is Carl Heisenberg. Heisenberg. Let me try. There you go, Heisenberg. I think his first name was Carl. I know, I like him. He's pretty charismatic. Indeed he is. He's like really goofy. I don't like him. This isn't even night vision goggles at this point. This is just like let's try turning this into night vision goggles. If you don't know how to shape it, then just make some shit up. I don't know, dude. Yeah, that kind of looks like night vision goggles, but it needs to be wrapped around a hat. There you go. Maybe even third eye. Then just do again. Yeah, Splinter Cell. If you think about it, Splinter Cell basically stole from Mickey Mouse, and can you guess why and how? If not, I'll make an example. Alright. Let's draw Mickey Mouse. I hope I don't get copyright claim for this. Oh look, it's Mickey Mouse. But if you turn this upside down, it's Splinter Cell. Ta-da! It's that easy. I mean, the same goes for someone else. I'm gonna draw him. Alright. Do you know who this person is? I know it looks sus, but trust me on this. Do you know who this person is? No? You don't know who this is? Alright, I'll give you another hint. How about now? Do you know now who this is? I'll give you another hint. It's your cat. Oh, it's fun. Oh, well. Oh, he's fatherless. Indeed. It's Batman. And then it all comes back down to silhouettes. Because silhouettes are very important. Holy crap, she's double. Wait, why is she double? There you go. But yeah, that's what I was talking about with the silhouettes and stuff. I was drawing Batman and I tried to... Actually, there is an episode of Gintama that they talked about it before. Like they show silhouettes of various characters and you have to guess what characters they are. And it's Goku, or it's Ichigo, or it's, I don't know, another shonen protagonist. And they are very recognizable just by, well, Goku, just by his hair alone, and his stance as well. Right, she is wearing a cap, but what should I write on her cap? No cap, for real, for real. I'm excellent, or anything else? Secret Service, yeah, you know what's sure. Let's see. Let's do capital letters. No, I'm not gonna... There you go. There you go. It's the Secret Service lady. Look, she's winking again. Oh, right, you still have to do the other hats. What Secret Service? I don't know. You tell me. What kind of Secret Service you think? Secret Service for the Rod. For the Rod? Oh, the Radical Offensive and Defenses. Or the Registry of Defenses. Okay, I'll stop being thirsty. I mean, it's okay to be thirsty, so, you know, to let it out of your system. But not too much, okay? Ooh. Oops. Actually, let's still try for the witch's hat that we were originally going to do. Yeah, like this. Very simple. I think I can even make it underneath here as well. There we go. I'm still kind of unhappy with the amount of progress I made so far, but it's part of the process, and there's nothing really I can do about it. In a way, this is still a practice stream because I wanted to actually do like a couple of thumbnail arts, like poses or stances or even more designs. But so far, I'm just adding hats on top of all these hats. Alright, I think I've sidetracked for long enough. So now I'm gonna try mostly back towards the original plan. And I had my reference folder at the ready. Oh wait, this is the wrong one. Oh, there we go. So I have this. Do you like drawing weaponry? I do, but I don't do it as much as I wanted to, sadly. See, it's kind of tactile. Alright, let's say I'm doing this for a visual guide. It could make torso a bit larger. Or no, hang on, maybe I should do the whole thing a little bit larger. Yeah, something like this. And I can always just change it afterwards. My favorites are maces and warhammers. They look cool. I can also draw that. Maybe later. Maybe if I make a third character. Because my original plan for the stream was to make like a bunch of couple of characters. A couple of characters. And then just spitballing ideas of how the Maho Ops Counter Witchcraft has equipment working. Then again, damn it. Right. I'd probably work better if I wasn't streaming, but I think this is also very important to stream while drawing, and it's also it puts a little bit of pressure, like the good kind of pressure on me, so I can just focus a little bit more on the drawing itself instead of like going on YouTube videos and then just completely sidetracked, because that happened a couple of times before to me. And I'm thinking, oh, you know what? If people are watching me draw, then I'm kind of getting pressured out of being distracted too long. I mean, distractions are okay because it helps me get the edge off and get the creative juices flowing. Boost confidence and work ethic. Also, occasionally good constructive criticism. Yes, indeed. Wait, you have any constructive criticism then? Is there anything wrong with what I'm drawing right now? No, nothing? Alright, I guess this thing is flawless. Now I see plenty of stuff that needs to be improved. I'm no artist, but it looks good for now. Oh, thank you. There is... Let me delete this. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright, now we're talking about it. I'll add her niece later. Because these things are tubes for now, but I'll try to define them a little bit more later when I'm further into it. I could fix the eyes a little bit, but I don't want to spend too much time on one thing alone. There is something wrong. Like this. Out a little bit. This. This, alright. Maybe even a little bit behind. Because then we have something like this. Then the gravity will just pull her down like this, and this is like a nice resting stance, I think. Flawless and breathable. I'm joking, I would do no such thing. I remember submissive and breathable being a thing in a couple of years ago, and I'm not sure if it was like a compliment or like asserting your dominance over someone, but it's like such a weird thing to say to people. Oh, you look submissive and breathable. Like, thanks. Guess I can a little bit of this. That gun's really not that great, but yeah, it'll do for now. Taking a short break on my hand because it's getting a bit. Ugh. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna eat for a bit. Wait, what? Is she on the other hand? I don't know. She would probably say that and do it. Oh, oh my. Are we really going that way now? Okay, go and eat and get nutrients. I don't think there's any nutrients in what I'm eating right now. It's just like really fat cake. Like not the traditional birthday cake, but like a tiny one, tiny snack. Well, and it tastes pretty good with tea or coffee or even chocolate milk. Well, good stuff. I wish I could share it, but it's hard to send food through the screen. Huh. And I think they are just complimenting how good looking the character looks. Oh, yeah, that's nice. I mean, I don't mind if people say submissive and breathable to the stuff I make, so I guess it's okay. Uh-huh. I think I'm gonna start drinking some water. Yes, give your hand nutrients. Oh, in what way? Wait, what? Angie blush. I think submissive and breathable is kind of like a kinky thing. Oh wait, I was being a pervert. You guys are pervert. Ugh. No, I'm just kidding. It's alright. I don't think my hand needs nutrients, but more proper rest, and I'm actually straining my hands just by drawing alone. There is a thing called carpal tunnel syndrome, and I'm afraid of it. I don't have it, luckily. Knock on wood on that. But I think if you have carpal tunnel syndromes, you need surgery to get that fixed because it just messes up with your muscles in your wrist. That's a scary thought. I need my wrist. I need to do stuff with my hand, other than drawing, like picking stuff up. On the other hand, fishy is more of one than I am so far. Therefore, I'm automatically excused. Huh? What? I see. I see. Well, that's okay. You're the one said beautiful. Wait, did I say it? What? No, wait. Huh? Did I? I don't know anymore. Like I said before, I don't remember. 30 seconds. You're the one who sips over the. What is this infighting that are happening in the chat? Hey, it's okay to be submissive and brutal, and it's okay to simp over Dils and Lady D. It's do it. It's like drinking alcohol. Just do it with moderation, or so I've been told. You mentioned them first. Everyone is a pervert at in some way, shape, or form, so there's no shame in admitting that. Jesus, you guys. Silence, woman. That being said, yeah, I'm kind of happy with how it turns out. Actually, maybe. Yeah, that's alright, that's alright. Alright, don't consult my reference folder. Alright, and the reference folder, this character has like lots of I'm hiding in my corner with my body pillow. Oh, that's alright. don't hide. Don't be shy. What kind of shoes you gonna make? What kind of Oh, you mean my... I thought you were talking about the body pillow for some reason. It's mystery. I'll see when I get. Otherwise, I'll just do like very basic shoes. I think tattoos look cool on any character, indeed. But I'll try to refrain from using tattoos for now. Maybe save that for a different character. If I ever get to it, because from the looks of it, I don't think I can get this thing done in the amount of time that I have. Oh yeah, that kind of works. Might change her mouth a little bit to be lower. Actually, it looks kind of weird. Maybe the nose. Maybe it needs to be bigger. I don't know anymore. Wait, you don't have a body pillow. Oh, alright. A friend of mine actually have one of those body pillows, and those things are actually very nice and very cool in the sense of like, if you sleep with it, it's not very, it doesn't get hot easily, I want to say, and it's really nice and soft to the touch. I don't know what fabric they use for the body pillows, but it is really nice. If you can get hands on a body pillow, it doesn't matter if it has a character printed on top of it. Even if it's a blank one, then I suggest give it a try, because it feels very nice. I don't want to know what he does with it, because his version has like a character printed on it, so I'm kind of reluctant of holding it. But yeah, body pillows are kind of comfy to the touch. I am not making that much progress with this thing. Right, there's this thing going on here. Can't you call a body pillow without a character on it? Like before those things exist, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think in East Asian countries they have body pillows that are just like I could probably draw one out. They aren't like this with the like on a flat surface. They are kind of like tubes, like very soft tubes, something like this, and then you can just I'm getting off on a tangent. Yeah, just like soft tubes that you can just sleep with it. It's like a cushion for the couch, but you can also just use it for comfort. I've been in East Asian countries before, and they have those kinds of pillows. They aren't as nice as the classic, the body pillows that we all are familiar with, but they are just like regular pillows, but then just very elongated, and they are just used for, you know, hugging it while sleeping. It's very nice. It's very nice. I mean, I would only use it for cuddling, not what? Not kissing? Yeah, I guess. Body pillows that are wet is like very nice. I had a body pillow sized thing, and I used to do something very sad with it. Huh? I was so damn low, I would hug it as if I had a girlfriend, but so damn low. Jesus, what was it? I mean, yeah, I guess that's also what they're used for. Like, actually, that's exactly what they're used for. They are used for comfort, and if that comforts you, then there's no shame in doing that, you know? I think everyone has been in that position where they're like very sad that they're alone, and I think it's one of those things that are like passes after a while. Or cuddling in general, yeah. Oh, you both are single, and we all are single. Actually, should I do it like this? Check the graph. Yeah, that's fine. Delete this because it's now part of the first. Yeah. I don't even know what song this is playing. It just plays random songs because I couldn't find anything that I could use as a background noise. Drinking water. I am at a stage where I'm starting to get bored with the current drawing that I'm working on because I've been working at this for a while and it doesn't feel like I'm making much progress with it. Um, Still, I don't want to give up that easily on her. At her for some bees. Bees knees. I don't know what that means, but I've heard people say it. Guess that could work. Fishy, what's your type? I'm curious. Oh? Oh? Thickums. Thickums DOMs are my type. What does thickums even mean? Do you mean like thick? As in, like thick thighs? Rare moment. Wait, I think I'm getting the hang of it. Don't really have any boots or shoes in mind, but I guess I could try with this one. Oh, there we go. And feet are hard. Let's see. This. Just like this. This. Put that there. Alright, this is still spats. Okay, okay. Thick thighs, thick ass, thick boobas, or ass if you're a dude. Anything thick, you want some meat on it. I think feet are underratedly hard, indeed. You do you, face person. Like everyone talks about hands, but feet are so hard to draw. Indeed. And that's why I use references for feet. I don't have a reference folder specifically for feet, but there's like a wealth of information on the internet that you can just find references of. This. This is kind of the same. At this point, I'm not drawing anymore. I'm just sculpting the feet into it. They are supposed to be kind of like boots, so I have to make them a little bit sturdier than... Yeah, I know how to do it. For now. I will do Meat Trapper. No luck like that. You can do yourself if you want, but let's not do that while I'm streaming because I need to keep the place clean and prim and proper. Started over its text as a permaban. Jesus. Oh, I can't believe we've come at this point in the stream where people are just doing this. I'm not. Why isn't this happening on the previous stream while I was drawing tummies? I'm not drawing just regular army girls, but then it still happens. It's okay though. I don't mind. I think it's funny. Like this. And... Oh, Oh, there we go. Yeah. Post is a bit weird. I'm still not happy with it. Alright, let's make some quick changes to it. A little bit of details, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. How to do it. Yeah. Maybe some shading while I'm at it. Yeah. Alright, not calling out. No calling out people for the thirst. Hey, settle down, you two. Yeah. Let's see. Chat. I never fully understand the chat thing. Like, it's just a guy that is very muscular to the point that it's utterly ridiculous to look at. I mean, more power to him if he needs any of that, though. I'm being bullied by chat. No bullying in the chat. I'm trying to have a nice art stream. It's okay to thirst over people, but no bullying people for the thirst, alright? I like the meme, it's funny. It is funny, it is. And I'm kind of impressed at his looks, honestly. I don't think it's... I want to say that it's like Photoshop to some degree, because it's very ridiculous looking. He is immaculate. Trapper chat. Yeah, but you Trapper chat with not just one D, but two Ds. Trapper from DBD. It's just my mail in the game. DB. Oh, Dead by Daylight. No, so he trap chats. No, I don't. Yeah, Dead by Daylight. I've never played the game before. I've seen some footage of it and I've seen people play it, but I don't know what it's like playing the game. Is it fun or is it like yeah, I know it's an asymmetrical player versus player. I think the only asymmetrical thing that I've played was before it became a thing. There is this Source Engine game called The Hidden, and you play either as the soldiers trying to capture the monster, or just the guy that can go invisible, or you play as the guy who can go invisible. And man, that was fun. And it was the first instance of asymmetrical slasher games. And I can't believe that years later that the game got, or that genre of games got popular. Ow. And there we go. Let's see. 2.5 hours. I've been at it for 2.5 hours. I might just skip her and then move over to a different character if I can. Yeah, that's Rito. I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish her. Go. No color. Right, next up. Ah, fuck it. Let's just start. Begin with the silhouette. Design's looking nice. Oh, thank you. It's not my own design. I'm just looking at references, hoping I get some inspiration going. But I think I'm having the classic case of a burnout. The art stream is actually, yeah, like I said before at the beginning, it's more like a spur of the moment kind of thing. I think I can. Alright, you know what? I'll try finish this the third one, and then move over to a different kind of art. And hopefully that goes better, because I'm starting to wear out. Alright, time to consult the Oh, I think I found it. Okay. Like, bodysuits. I think I'd never done bodysuits before. I'm feeling reinvigorated. I think I'm gonna confess something. I have a thing for bodysuits. Like, I probably started with Metroid, with Metroid Fusion specifically. Where you play as Samus, and when you die, you get to see her in the Zero Suit, and when you get a good game score, you get to see her in the Zero Suit up close. And I think that's where it all started with my thing of bodysuit or tight clothing. And I don't think I've drawn that kind of thing enough, but while I'm at it, sure, why not? I'm drawing anyway. The challenge like this, what are Mink? It's fine if you need to start drawing, don't push yourself. True. How tall is this character canonically? Alright, let me slide in there. Hi guys. Oh my god, my head is tiny. Alright, in that case, if my head is this tiny, she should be... No, that is ridiculous. Alright, let's edit this a little bit. I guess I can shrink her head because I kind of want to make them align with myself. So let's shrink her head a little bit. This seems okay. And then I can... right, height. Before I drift off to another tangent, my height is... Let me write it down. God damn it, there you go. Is 170 centimeters. But if you're using the imperial system, it's about 5'7". Something like that. So if this is my height, then she'd be probably a little lower than whatever these numbers are. Wait, hang on. What did you say? What did you... Yo, you draw a bodysuit, small head, small brain girl. I guess right. I'm smart. Yeah, that's why this all comes back to proportions because wait, did I? Yeah, I deleted. Like I said before with the stickman, you have normal bodies, you have elongated bodies, or you have this like big head and small bodies. It all comes down to proportions, and that is what makes things attractive. Dude, small girl on a bus. I guess 170 almost. Nice. I can just pick them up and throw them. I wouldn't recommend it because the smaller they are, the more vicious they can be. I know that from experience. It's okay if they're a bit vicious because that's it's like, I hate to make the comparison, but it's like kind of like Chihuahuas. And small dogs or small animals in general, they are very vicious. And while bigger dogs are just like very nice, tall, big creatures. I was thinking the same. Yeah, like the small animals part. I assume. I was gonna type, but I can't spell. Well, the thing is, you are viewing things from the past. I'm already in the future, so we probably are on the same track of mind. Oh, my can of special drink is gone, which is not beer, by the way. I have to do with a little bit of water that I have left. Oh, right. Oopsie daisy. No, but I'm still not kind of happy with her eyes. There's something about it that I don't like. I have this weird thing where There is probably something wrong with it, but I can't quite put my finger on it until I realize too late. So whenever I finish a drawing art piece or whatever, that I'll let it sit there for a minute or a couple of days even, until I come back and realize what's wrong with the art piece that I did. Then I can just fix it right then and there. Probably just me, but or maybe not. But it's generally a good idea to, before you post it online and call it finished, just let it sit there for, I don't know, a while, and then just come back until you realize what's wrong with it, or realize that there's nothing wrong with it, it's done. And after I'm done with a particular art piece, I always look back at it and just study it very closely uh, until I either see something that's wrong or that I'm completely satisfied with. Beardbag, Mother Davis came back with groceries. I need to help. Okay, just me and the boys vibing now. Mac the drawing. Ah, thanks. Good luck with the groceries if you listen to this later. I've also had to help with the groceries. With the groceries when still with my parents way back when. Sometimes I go with them to the big supermarket and then just get whatever. Yeah, the shopping bags are always very heavy. I'm estimating about, I want to say 10 kilograms per bag, or maybe even heavier, because 10 kilograms, that's about the weight of a anti-material sniper rifle. How I know that? Well, I've looked for references for an anti-material sniper rifle before, so I know it by heart. Perhaps it makes you a blame. It's super simple, all you do is follow these patterns. It's been a while since I heard that song, but with lyrics. I can even play this on a piano. I'd love to make wait. I have 4 kids sleeping on me. I am now bound by law to not move. I am sorry to hear that, and I hope you'll survive the night without moving. Unless it's not night at whatever country you're from. But yeah. Oh right, I was busy doing the other one. Got sidetracked with her. It's 7:48 p.m. It's a couple of hours off at where I am. As a matter of fact, I should be in bed sleeping right now. I'll probably end the stream soon, but I'll try to stay as long as I can until I'm like physically unable to, or until I'm bored. It was kind of strange because like a while ago, I feel like, oh man, I can do anything, but after doing this for a while, this particular character, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna burn out. But don't worry, I need to make this look right and then I'm satisfied. Max is like kind of that. Yeah, feet are hard to draw. But you don't really look at the character's feet anyway, so yeah. Alright, time for the bodysuit. I'm thinking... I'm gonna try a different approach to drawing stuff. There we go. I will one day get my PC and draw every day. Alright, in that case you have to be very careful on how you hold your pen and tablet. If you draw for a long time with a pen, then you can feel it kind of straining on your hand. So you have to hold your pen a different way so it doesn't strain a particular part of your fingers. Because if you're not very careful, then you might get carpal syndrome. Or that no, that's maybe not it. Maybe you get like I don't know what to call it, but it strains you. There you go. Don't worry, my hands and wrists are ripped. Well, it doesn't matter if they're ripped or not, because otherwise you rip them apart, and that is not a pleasant thought now I think about it. But yeah, just be careful. If you're confident in your own muscles, then yeah, go for it. I'd say, but don't push yourself too hard. Uh-huh. Hmm. Actually, yeah, I think I got something that tight suit. Then I'm not sure what to do with the arms. Might do another hand on hip pose, or maybe. All right, time to consult the art ref again. There's relaxed arm. There's people holding stuff. Oh, so sleepy. But I'll manage. I don't plan on staying up too long. I just want to get some stuff done before I'll close the stream and head to bed. You know what? I can try having her hold something. Like one arm is like relaxed. Something like this. And then the other arm, she is holding something, maybe even a spear. I think one of you mentioned liking a large hammer or something like that. Or I can just do it like this and just not do anything in particular. Alright, let's... wait, where am I? There I am. Next to her. Go. Yeah, here's the thing. She is kind of see-through or transparent, so the way how I fix this is select the whole thing, invert it, in a different layer underneath, I'll fill it with white and then merge them on top of each other. And with that, you no longer have that weird transparency problem going on. That's what I was talking about earlier. So now they can just like lean against each other without overlapping. Or, well, they are overlapping, but now they aren't like overlapping in a bad way, I suppose. Yeah, nice. Alright, time to consult the reference folder again. Because I have seen this particular look before in a different reference folder piece that I have. I should really consider compiling everything and then just upload it to Google Drive or something, so people can just take a look at the stuff that inspires me, and maybe it'll inspire some of you guys as well. I can't find it. I'll have to look deeper into the folder. Like, they aren't sorted well. They're like all over the place. But I've sorted them good enough that I know how to navigate through them. Oh wow, I found a collection of tattoos that is pretty much not safe for work. Guess where that tattoo is located on the body? I was looking for that the other day, and I couldn't find it, so I had to Google it really quickly. Alright, let's make a mental note of where I found it. Yeah, somewhere here. Alright, okay. There's some really good stuff that I've saved, but never looked back at it again. This is like during New Year's Eve, taking video or taking pictures of fireworks. You record it, but you're not gonna look back at it again, right? You just like record it in a moment, but then just don't bother looking back at to it. Hmm. Right, I found a couple of art pieces that I like, but I can't really. Yeah, I guess this will do. Back. Hey, welcome back. We missed you. Um, not much has changed. I'm just trying to looking for references for a new character that I'm going to make. I might. No, I will change the eyes in some way. Oh, art streams are hard. I think yeah, I'll try to finish this character and then I'll head to bed and sleep well. A big day tomorrow because I have to work in the morning. No, just kidding. I have to work in the afternoon, so I can stay as late as I can. Yeah, something like that. And she has this like bored look in her eye. And that makes her look dangerous. Yeah, it does lazy to copy paste the eyes, but it'll save some trouble with trying to. Oh boy. Yeah, now it looks kind of weird. Huh? Yeah. There's no real nose, but her mouth is obscured. I'm going for some kind of bodysuit stuff. Gonna have to do the hands as well. Yeah, fuck it. Let's leave it like this. Hey, hang on a second. This soundtrack is from Paper Mario, the 1000-Year Door. Leave. And now not anymore. Yeah, something like this. I'm kind of not really disappointed, but kind of down that I didn't that this stream didn't go the way I've intended to go. But I guess that's what happens when you just do this on impulse. I've wanted to do a stream where you just where I just like I like a turtleneck. Oh, thanks. It's not really a turtleneck. It's like oh, you'll see. I'll still need to define it a bit more. You know what? I'll take back what I wanted to say earlier because I did manage to make a couple of characters. I have a tendency to just stick to one thing and then like render it until it looks great, but then I'll just keep getting stuck on that particular part. So now I'm trying to focus on a bodysuit type of deal. Because I friggin' love bodysuits. And we were there when I mentioned it because I've mentioned that I have a thing for bodysuits. I personally think they look fantastic. It does something to me. It's like a fascination that I have, and it started with Metroid. Well, with the Metroid series in general. Big is kind of that's kind of big. So then I'll have to increase body. There we go. Oh, it's hard to think and draw at the same time. Yes, you did mention it. I think Metroid is cool, but I've never played Metroid. I've played Metroid Fusion, and to any Metroid fan, it's considered a bad Metroid game. But as the game on its own, it's actually pretty good because it's handheld. It's on a Game Boy Advance, and the story is structured in such a way that you can just pick up where you left off and continue playing, because it's like Metroid as a series is more built for exploration and such, but Metroid Fusion is more linear in that aspect. So I can understand. I can understand that people are like, it's not really a good Metroid game. So yeah, but it's the one that I started with, and it introduced me to Metroid. Afterwards, I did play Super Metroid on the Super Nintendo, because my uncle, he has a lot of video games in his possession, and even classic retro games like a Super Nintendo. So I can always just come by and just start borrowing stuff from him, as long as I can return it later, of course. Alright, let's put in her. Actually, I can... Oh, no. I can make her a bit taller. But then I have to accommodate for that by increasing her body mass. Something like that. Because the hips... Her hips are kind of like there, but hers is like up there. I can probably just extend this part and then get away with it. Alright, that tie cap isn't intentional, it just happened. Alright, I'm gonna strap some stuff on her. Let's see. Maybe also armor light, because then this is more... It's not really a maid outfit, but it's more like a an under armor. Oh, weird. That cap though. Yeah, I know. It's not intentional, but I think I'll keep it. Yeah, you know what? This is the bodysuit that she is wearing underneath the maid outfit. And then I can just add like the same gear as her. I can just do this. Yeah, there you go. These are like pockets for storing, I don't know, grenades, for example. They'll need like a pattern design for the bodysuit. Yeah. Right, now it looks like a turtleneck, but I'm trying to make it look more like a mouth guard that protects her face. Just thinking maybe something along the line of like this thing is in layers that can move freely. Something is entirely. Oh no, I'll just leave it like that. And it needs to look like armor, so it has to look something sturdy. Let's see. There are also designs for the plug suits of Neon Genesis Evangelion, and they are fantastic. But I don't want to mimic that just yet, but something else I can work with. Let's try adding these solar things that I have on her. Kind of like this, and they are flexible enough so they can just bend whenever your arm is bending. I remember in Mass Effect Andromeda, the design aspects for the aliens, well, to be honest, I think they kind of suck because the direction, or at least the guide for deciding the aliens is they have to be able to be easily cosplayed by fans, and I think that gives them a huge limit on what they can do with the character designs. So of course, if they have to be easily enough to be cosplayable, then they're gonna look like aliens with different masks they get from a Hollywood store. It's kind of a shame because fans, if they are fans of your franchise, they can be very creative in how they tackle a problem. If they have, for example, a tall alien, they can just use stilts instead of like their own legs, or a fucking dog, for example. They just gonna go on all fours while wearing a dog costume. There are creative ways to solving the problem, but just to limiting the character designs by making them easily be cosplayable by people. To me, that is not the way to go. Oh yeah, this looks kind of cool. I can do like a light version of this heavy side armor skirt thing that I've got her going on. Matter of fact, it's like very light plating. Then it kind of defeats the whole bodysuit thing. I'll see. This is just like a sketch because I wanted to try stuff out, and I did. I didn't fail, but I'm just a bit burned out. And that happens. It happens. Right now, I feel like this really slimmer of motivation going forward that really wants to see this thing like not fully fleshed out, but to a state where I'm happy with. Kind of weird, but it's getting there. Alright, I think I'm gonna get rid of the side things because that is not really improving anything at all. But I'm modest. Huh? Now it looks like she has this giant jaw. Alright, time to move this. Oh, it also looks like she has a scar across her eye. I'll keep it. I'll keep it. It's like a design choice. It could possibly be a tattoo instead, but yeah, I'll see. See, he's kind of crooked. I need to fix that real fast. If there's like anything a little bit off or crooked or whatever, I'll just select the whole thing and try to stabilize her. Oh. Yeah, now we're talking. Alright, let's put you away. Let's put you in there. Let's give you at least some feet to work with. I can make some kind of pattern here somewhere. Oh, or something like this, there where it connects the leg to next to each other. Or you can make like a very tight armor type of deal, but it's very flexible, so you can just move around in it easily. There you go. Yeah, this might work. This. Yeah, the armor's weird. I might change that later. Oh hell, I forgot the Maho Ops logo. Can just write it on her thigh. Yeah. Yeah, alright. I'm feeling it. It's a little bit darker because, you know, shading. She doesn't have a hand, so I'll have to give her something to work with. Oh, they look like mittens, but yeah, that's alright. I am at my limit. I'm about to fall asleep live on stream. But don't worry, I can still finish this. I'm not pushing myself too hard, so I'll just finish this real quick. Yeah, that vaguely looks like an arm. Actually, why is this thing not like dark? There we go. I could try raiding someone after this, but then I won't be able to attend the raid. It depends. Yeah, something like this. Maybe something there as well. Oh. No, it's supposed to be Maho Ops, but I kinda get sidetracked. There we go. Yeah. Alright. I am getting there. Actually, I probably should. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it like this. Alright. Oh no, but then this side is getting messed up. In that case, I'll probably have to increase this one's size, so it'll be the same as the one over here. Is it still a bodysuit at that point? It's a bodysuit in my heart, and that's all that matters. Yeah, it kind of looks like a high cut stuff. Yeah, there we go. Alright. I'm starting to form a shape. About the mouth guard, I guess I can make it a little bit more normal mouse shape. And maybe for funsies, just add a smile. Yeah, sure. Alright, this ought to work. She might look like a robot, but I think I'll leave her for now like this. And then we have our 3 Maho Ops operatives that are very unfinished. But I am at my limit for today. I was hoping I'd draw more, but apparently... yeah, I don't know. I think it's because I just focus on one thing too much. Then I'll get burned out easily. So I try to mitigate that by trying different characters. So it more or less worked out, but there's still room for improvements. Not bad for 3 hour session. I think I spent most time with the first two than with the last one. The last one's like, I don't know, 30 minutes at tops, maybe 40 minutes. Usually when I draw stuff like this, I take way more time with it and just take it easy, no stress, just go at it. Sometimes I'll just walk away from the laptop and then come back later, or maybe even come back later a couple of days later. But yeah, this was a tons of fun, and I'm glad that you guys tuned in to watch me struggle with drawing. This, you know, what, let's put ICB mate back in again. There you are. Let's put this away. Let's put this away. The whole gang is here. I might flesh out the other 4 operatives, but for now I think this will do fine. And maybe I'll probably just continue this offline, and then yeah, we'll see how it goes. Right, let's swap over to talk instantly. Well, I think there's something wrong with the OBS where the transition doesn't work anymore, so I'll have to look into that as well. And yeah, that's about it for today. I'm gonna see if I can rate someone. There are a couple of people that are Fable. As a matter of fact, I have someone in mind. So if you guys want to stick around for the raid, then well, feel free to stick around. And otherwise, it'll be a 4-person raid. It's on. Reviewers are ready to raid. All right, I'm glad you 3 are ready to raid. All right. Anything else I need to say?
Loading so slowly.
Nah, nothing else. Alright, I think I'm going to end the stream for today. Thank you guys for coming, and I hope you all have a great day. Until next time, be raid now.